Hello, it's Kathleen Eaton with Chayah Essentials, and I just wanted to drop in and say hi and share with you what I'm working on today. I'm working on double-pointed needles on the Baroque boot cuff. I was doing this in the peacock color and did it with seams, and I didn't really like the way they came out. The peacock is gorgeous, gorgeous color, by the way. This is Lion Brand's Vanna's Choice in peacock. Beautiful, beautiful color. So anyway, I was working on that and did seams, and then I realized that I haven't done a lot of seaming with, with reverse stocking knit. But so what it does is it makes this little indentation right here that you can see. But when you wear it, of course, it'll stretch a little bit and that won't show at all. But some people are sensitive to seams, so I wanted to work on it in the round, and since I don't have double circular needles that are long enough, plus I don't know, I don't work as well, I think, on circular needles. I don't like the flow of the work as much, so I do them on double pointed. And this is the Baroque in Bernat satin, which is a gorgeous, gorgeous, beautiful soft yarn, really, really nice yarn. And so I'm doing this with no seams. So for those who are sensitive or just prefer to not have seams. So it's coming out really well. It is kind of a royal pain to do this with double pointed needles, but I managed, and because there's a lot of twisting stitches and that sort of thing, I am not going to show you what I would do with this to twist those stitches, just because it's too complicated for trying to do a video. In order to keep my knitting in front of me where you can see it, like in the lower half of the screen where it doesn't get cut off by iMovie, I have to be really mindful of where the knitting is, and I just can't watch the knitting and the camera at the same time when I'm doing the twisting of stitches. It's too easy to make mistakes and that sort of thing. So, but anyway, for those of you who are knitters, I thought I would share this with you because when you're working with double pointed needles, a lot of times, and I've had this happen to me, where you'll get issues where you're transitioning between two needles. So you work on 4 needles or 3 needles. At this point I'm on 3. I was on 4. I don't know how I ended up. I got too many stitches probably for the rest of the work, so I'm going to have to put that back on 4 needles. But anyway, when you transition between needles, a lot of times people will get ladders, which is like this, where it doesn't belong. Like this is a purl stitch, so it belongs there, but it would look similar to that. In a spot where it doesn't belong. Say you're knitting and you have a bunch of knit stitches like this, and then suddenly you had that ladder without stretching it. We don't want that to happen, or it could just be bumpy and uneven looking. So to avoid that, I was looking up tips, and somebody said, well, if you keep knitting, I'm going to set that down. If you keep knitting, like knit a couple of extra stitches with this needle when you're ready to switch to another needle, that it would resolve the problem. But I found that actually I still ended up, I may not have had as big a ladder, but I ended up with bumpy stitches. And I realized the reason for that is because instead of coming this way or this way, right, to do a knit or a purl, when you switch to a fresh needle, you're forced to come in this way. And to take it off of the back of that needle, let's see if I can get in there. Right? And it's just, the tension is so off that it messes with the looseness or tightness. Even if you pull it tight, you still can end up having problems. So to avoid the whole issue, because I realized that even if I did knit a couple of these stitches, knit and purl a couple of these stitches first, I still am going to come in this way on the next one, and I'm going to have the same problem. So instead of doing that, I realized that what if we just take the last couple ones we knit and put them back here, right? Well, that's a little too many. I don't want that many. So let's say we do it like this. We take a couple and put them here, put them on the fresh needle. So now we'll just pretend that I already did that one, okay? So now it's just like as if you're knitting off this one. You're going to come in normally to do your knitting. You're not going to be forced to come in backwards like that. So you're going to come in normal, and it should appear normal. And so far, I'm not having any issues with wonky looking on this ribbing. And so there's no ladders, there's no bumpiness or odd looking stitches so far. And I expect that that will continue throughout the work. So really excited about that, and I hope that helps you if you've been struggling with those issues, because nobody likes, our eyes see patterns, and because we see patterns the way we do, we're more likely to see, believe me, when something's not fitting in with a pattern, it sticks out like a sore thumb, and we don't want that, because it'll just make the knitting look unappealing. So hopefully that helps some of you if you've been struggling with that kind of thing. As I said, I'm not going to show. I'm almost done with the ribbing, and I'm getting ready to start on the, I almost forgot what I was going to do here. I'm getting ready to start on the main body, which is going to involve, wait, is that a pearl? Yeah. Which is going to involve twisting of stitches, and that's just too easy to mess up if I'm gabbing and not paying as much attention to where this is in the, I won't be able to pay attention to where this is in the frame. And it just messes me up too much. So, okay, so I'm starting with a fresh needle. I'm going to come in and take these onto the fresh needle, and then look, yay, it's just like it's like I wasn't transitioning at all. So, hope that helps some of you. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a great week. And I'm looking forward to the weekend. Hope you are too. I plan on playing some World of Warcraft this weekend. I am really enjoying it. Got me back into retail, not even just the classic game, but I'm enjoying classic WoW. I've never played a character beyond 83. I have a little level 83 on retail, but I'm now playing on the classic and having a blast. So if any of you are in there, say hi. Actually, I do have a toon named Chayah, and I also have, what's my other toon's name? I'm trying to remember. What the heck did I name my other toon? That's terrible. I can't even remember what I named my other toon. It was the first one I started playing, but I just made a new one last night as a mule to help with banking issues. Anyway, yeah, you didn't come to hear about that, did you? So anyway, if any of you want the Baroque boot cuff in a different color, feel free to message me on Facebook. That's facebook.com/Chayah Essentials, and Chayah is spelled Chayah. I named my paladin in WoW Chayah because the word means life and resurrection, and paladins can heal, so I thought that was a good name. But anyway, facebook.com/Chayah Essentials. And if you want the Baroque boot cuff in a different color, just let me know. Or if you want to reserve one, because I do sell them on a first come, first served basis. But also, I forgot, I don't know if I mentioned this. I determined that since a lot of people were doing the cuff a little short on the top and bottom, but you really want it to grab underneath your boot. So I figured if I made it deeper, your boot will really grab onto it here, and you can see almost the entire pattern you can see the entire pattern if you want, and if you don't, then you can obviously wear it lower down. But this gives you some options, and it should get nice and secure there. And again, no seams. Yay. Okay, so if you want another color, let me know. If you want to reserve it, let me know. And they shall be listed in the shop as soon as I get a pair that I am happy with. So I'm not putting out bad quality stuff, guys. If I think it's a little too wonky or something, then I'm not going to put it out there. And I'm new to seaming, so I'm trying, I think the seaming, not seaming, but seaming on the reverse stocking net. This is tough to seam on and have it come out really nice. So yeah, I can do it, but it's hit or miss. So circular is going to work great for me too. All right, so if you want any, let me know. If you want them in a different color, let me know. And I'm repeating myself, so now I'm going to get the heck off of here because you don't want to hear me repeating myself. Hope you guys are having a great week and have a greater weekend, and I will talk to you next time. Bye-bye.